already asked. So thanks for
Great.
your thanks for your question. Sarah said paper wasps have evolved facial recognition codes easily, or they said paper wasps have evolved facial recognition. Codes easily evolve in nature. I think that's for Kent.
Paper wasps have facial recognition. You mean they? Is this guy raising them for pets or something? I don't. I'd like to see what he's talking about. I don't understand. But
They,
if you
I might
see,
be able to add a little bit of clarity. Sorry for interrupting, Ken. Just
go
they
ahead.
live
No,
in colonies, so they recognize one another. Like any kind of social living animal tends to have pretty good facial recognition, so that they can kind of know who each other are, who's kin, who's family, who's not. But I'm not really sure what the rest of the question was. Sorry.
how on earth did they figure out that the wasps can recognize each other? How do you know they're recognizing facial? Okay, and that proves we all came from a rock. All right, tell him enjoy himself.
Gotcha. Thank you very much. Next up, speeding through, Jay Shy, appreciate your super chat. They said a kind will bring forth, but yet the Alaska rabbit and Florida rabbit cannot. They say also the image of God means we are to image Him. Nothing materialist. Kent. Bible doesn't make scientific claim.
I assume that's for me. He is correct. The Alaska rabbit and the Florida rabbit cannot interbreed, probably because of the seasonal cycles. Okay. Uh, they can both interbreed with the Minnesota rabbits, which is interesting. But I'd like to point out to the obvious to a 5-year-old, they're all still rabbits.
Gotcha. Thank you very much. Next up, right, Jay Shy asked another question. They said, we don't have green rabbits because mutations are random. Natural selection can select something or can't select something that isn't there.
That was my point exactly. It can only select from existing traits. Why aren't there green rabbits? They would blend in great. Camouflage.
Gotcha. Thank you very much. Stupid Horror Energy for your super chat. She said, is Kent aware of Jingwi, a recently evolved new gene with a different structure and function from its parent? Might be.
No, I'm not aware of it. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about there. I'd like to see the evidence. I'd be willing to bet McKinsey here, who's 5, would say that's the same kind of animal.
Gotcha.
Sounds like a cool paper, though. I'd love to see it as well. I haven't heard of that one.
Thank you. And next up, Sigifredo Sarabia in the house. He says, Erica, how do cells learn or know anything, such as communicating with one another in a random process, even if you include mutations?
Well, it's all chemicals. I mean, that's biochemistry. I had to take an undergrad. It was terrible. But generally, what we learned, the takeaway that I had, is that basal communication is really just chemical signals and chemicals reacting to one another, be they chemicals within existing cells, or as some people like to propose, I'm not 100% sure where I'm at on the whole thing, but that it's actually chemical interactions that spurred RNA world hypothesis. So I don't know. Good question, but answer chemicals.
Gotcha. Thank you very